KATC TV3 studios. This is Acadiana's News Channel at 10.
And good evening, everyone. Tomorrow night, Erath High School football is playing for the school's first ever appearance in the quarterfinals. But they'll be doing so with heavy hearts and also someone in their hearts. Chet Davis has our top story.
In Erath, sports are a passion. But what if I told you not every victory ends with a celebration?
Ross meant everything to Erath, not just our school, to the people in Erath.
Ross Granger was the All-American kid. Ace on the diamond, A's in the classroom. Erath's prom king was 10 days away from starting his baseball career at LSU Eunice.
On July 28, 2015, he got diagnosed.
Brainstem glioma, a cancerous tumor in the brain.
I don't know anything worse that could have happened to Ross at that moment in that time. It was his biggest cry that day, and he said, all I want to do is play ball.
For as long as Nathan Granger can remember, his son wanted to play ball. Never did he imagine Ross would inspire so many when the ball was taken away.
The person you fighting is up here.
One of his lines was always in his speeches, you know, dig deep inside, and once you reach that person inside, dig a little deeper and find the other person inside, and then dig a little deeper and find that next person, because then you have no ceiling.
Ross's words meant most where it all began, Erath.
When he spoke, it was all about not giving up and making the most of your life, making the most of the day, but making the most of your life especially.
As the Bobcats were hours away from their postseason journey, Ross was nearing the end of his.
It's just kind of a numb feeling, not knowing if he was going to be there when I got back or not.
Lying in a hospital bed in the Granger home, Ross listened to the game on the radio as his younger brother Mason had the game of his life.
Mason's performance was something else, man. Like he had an angel on his shoulder.
At halftime, Mr. Granger got a phone call. Ross was on his final breaths.
Told him how well his brother was playing the first half. Told him that we were up by 2 touchdowns, and I said, listen, I think, you know, we controlling the line of scrimmage. I think we're going to win this. I told him I loved him, and I told him it was okay to go, that we were all right. His mom said she put the phone down, and he squeezed her hand and took one last breath.
The Bobcats won their first playoff game in 12 years.
It was a very sad moment, but it was a beautiful moment too.
It was the quietest stands and football post celebration I've ever seen in my life, and it was surreal.
3 days later, the Grangers were burying their oldest son. The teams Ross inspired came to pay their respects. First in line, his own. Without its biggest fan, Erath will try to reach the quarterfinals for the first time in school history.
I wish Ross was a player on the team, but he's going to be there, and I think we're going to have 12 against 11 all night.
He'll definitely be here, no doubt. He'll have the best seat in the house.
While the Bobcats will have Ross here in spirit on Friday, his favorite saying is painted on the field. Wake up, pray,
Kick ass, repeat. And you got to repeat it every day, or else the day before doesn't really mean anything.
Even before being diagnosed with cancer, Ross knew what mattered most. Here's Ross in his own words.
When we live in a world like this where life is finite, we don't know how much time we truly have left. So we need a passion that we truly enjoy wholeheartedly.
Our thanks to Chet Davis for that. And by the way, one of Ross's final wishes was to establish the Ross Granger Memorial Fund. The goal is to provide scholarships for Erath High School graduates and also help families affected by brainstem glioma. We'll post information over on KATC.com for ways to help out.